Okay, picture this. It's Tuesday afternoon. Your business feels less like a well-oiled machine and, more like a dozen people all shouting into different phones at the same time. The chaos is real and it is building.
First, you've got finance pinging you nonstop. They needed that budget report like yesterday. But the numbers, they're trapped in 3 different spreadsheets, none of which agree with each other. You can just feel that pressure mounting.
And then a message from the office manager pops up. We're out of staplers again. Now look, I know it's a small thing, right? But it's the 10th small thing this week that's brought actual work to a grinding halt, all because nobody knew you were running low.
And of course, HR is on the line. Poor Gary from accounting hasn't been paid. Yeah, his timesheet was approved in one system, but payroll, well, they never got the memo from the other system. Oh, Gary, it's a classic Gary situation.
And just to top it all off, your biggest client is asking for a delivery update. The best your supply chain team can offer is a shrug and a kind of vague, "It's somewhere in Kansas, I think, maybe?"
So, does any of that sound even a little familiar? If it does, you know exactly what it's like to run a business without a central system. It's just a mess of disconnected parts. But what if you could unscramble all of it?
All right, let's break this down. That solution has a name. It's called an ERP. Now, that stands for Enterprise Resource Planning, which I know sounds super corporate and way more complicated than it actually is. The big idea here is incredibly simple. It's all about taming that chaos.
So what is an ERP really? Think of it like a single software suite that acts as the central brain for your entire business. Seriously, it handles everything from the accounting and the buying of stuff to project management and, making sure your supply chain actually works like a chain instead of a bunch of loose links.
Look, forget all the jargon. If you remember just one thing from all this, let it be this. An ERP is all about getting every single thing into one system. That's it. No more clashing spreadsheets, no more lost email threads. Just one single source of truth.
So how does this all work in the real world? Well, there are a lot of ERPs out there, but today we're going to zero in on Oracle Cloud ERP. And the best way to think about it is like the Swiss Army knife for your business. It's not just one tool, it's a whole collection of them, all neatly folded into one handy package.
Let's open up that toolkit, shall we? These are the main tools, or as they call them, modules. You've got your financials module to finally wrangle those budget reports, procurement to make sure you never ever run out of staplers again, project management, risk management, and even something called human capital management, which is just a fancy term for HR, to make absolutely sure that Gary gets paid. Each one of these is a specialist at its job.
But now, here's where the real magic happens. It's not just that all the tools are in the same box. It's that they actually talk to each other. So the supply chain module tells the financials module the second a product ships, and poof, an invoice is sent instantly. Then they both talk to HR, so Gary actually gets paid on time. It's like therapy for your software.
So what does this big transformation actually look like for a business? We've all seen the chaotic before, so now let's take a look at the after, that beautiful clarity that an integrated system like Oracle Cloud ERP can bring.
Before, you were making big decisions based on, let's be honest, data guesswork. Now, with Oracle Cloud ERP, you get real-time insights. Instead of those endless, conflicting spreadsheets, you have one source of truth. And those classic Gary errors? Well, Gary gets paid on time, and the system is smart enough to automatically flag his expense report for a jet ski as, let's just say, questionable.
And this is the most crucial point. You stop running your business by looking in the rearview mirror. I mean, think about it. With live data, a sales manager can see which product is suddenly trending this afternoon and shift the marketing budget in real time, instead of waiting a month for some report that's already out of date. Decisions are made with what's happening right now. And that is a massive, game-changing shift.
Okay, real talk time. An ERP sounds pretty amazing, right? It's powerful, it's comprehensive, and it solves a ton of problems. But, and this is a big but, is it the right tool for your business? Let's do a quick reality check. Because you're probably sitting there thinking, okay, this sounds expensive and really complicated. And you know what? You're not wrong to wonder about that. Implementing a system this powerful isn't quite like downloading a new app on your phone. You need to ask some pretty important questions first. So here are the 3 big questions to ask yourself. Number 1, cost. Don't just look at the price tag on the license. What's the total cost of ownership? That includes training your team, getting implementation help, and any ongoing support. Number 2, implementation. This is not a weekend project. Do you have the internal team and, frankly, the time to manage this kind of transition? And third, scale. Is this system going to grow with you, or are you going to outgrow it in 5 years and be right back where you started?
I think this puts it perfectly. An ERP is not a lemonade stand solution. It's the solution for when your lemonade stand now has multiple locations, a crazy supply chain, and is on the verge of going global. It is built from the ground up to manage complexity and scale.
So let's end with this question. Take a good, hard look at your business, at the disconnected systems, the manual workarounds, the classic Gary moments. Is your current level of chaos really sustainable? Or is it the very thing holding you back from what you could become? That's the real question, isn't it?